today's Anime Vanguards video, we'll be going over everything that is coming into the new update 5 of Anime Vanguard. Let me tell you, I'm very happy and I have a lot of content planned for this update. So before today's video starts, please do subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. Lucky clip videos again, account videos, whatever, in my Discord server down below with a bunch of giveaways. So make sure you join my Discord server after subscribing. But in this video, what I'll go over, everything they've already said will drop in the update, changes, whatever. Then I'll be going over unit predictions. And then lastly, we'll be going over how to prepare for the update, what things you need to be doing, 3 different things. Before today's video continues, please buy my new UGC now I'd get Monarch. Now a lot of you know the now I'd get unique. I thought, why not make one for Monarch? Go cop the UGC, the link will be in the description. Roblox pretty much decides the price, so it might change a bit, go up, go down a little bit, but it'll be roughly around the same price as it is on the screen. Could be in the description. I appreciate a lot. It does cost me Robux to actually upload it. Link in the description, and yeah, you can get Monarch. But let's stop yapping and let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so first we're just gonna go everything in the Discord. We'll go over this kind of quickly since a lot of you probably have seen it, but if you have Discord, then you know I'm putting you guys on. So this was the first, and it was a hint quite a while ago. I was really thinking Dragon Ball. I was thinking like JBK, which is Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, or just like Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue. But I guess it wasn't really that, because when they sent this is the Dragon Ball fighting arena. Not a fighting arena, it's like where they fought in the Margin arc, you know, Margin Vegeta and Goku. The first, like, you know, Margin Vegeta posted like, bro, we're fine, like I don't care if the world is getting cooked right now, our squabble means more. That's what it says, something like that. Okay, it's been a while since I watched Dragon Balls. I watched when I was a little kid. Okay, then we see Boo, so now we know it's confirmed obviously that it's going to be like around Boo Saga times Margin times, obviously. So yeah, we already know it's confirmed. This is Super Boo, which we'll speak about later with unit predictions, things like that. But obviously Super Boo is confirmed. This is one of the many Boos, meaning they do Fat Boo. Okay, then they also show Evil Boo. This is Evil Boo. This is still Super Boo. So we can see a bunch of different Boo forms. Now how they're gonna do this, I don't know. They might make it so like Fat Boo evolves into Super Boo, and then Super Boo evolves into whatever Evil Boo, which I'll speak about more when I do the unit predictions and things like that. But I'm just showing you the sneak so far. And then we've got Super Saiyan Vegito, which you can see right here, and Buuhan, which we'll speak about more, which is Boo after he absorbs Gohan, which we'll speak about later, like I said in the unit predictions. These are just some troll sneaks for April Fools. Now they are going to add a new game mode, which I'll speak about and how to prepare for the update at the end of the video. But pretty much it's going to replace Paragon, and I'm pretty sure this is the Odyssey game mode, right? And as you can see, it has a bunch of different difficulties. Now I tried to zoom in, but they made it blurred on purpose so you can't read it, but you can still read stuff like that. It says adrenaline shot. This one I'm actually not sure. This is precision optics, you know. He can say base shield, battle frenzy. You can kind of see what the game modes are, and obviously you could do a bunch of different combinations. It's like, you know, in game, like you could get champions difficulty, and then you can get explode or whatever. So they have a bunch of new custom ones for this game mode, which I think is really cool. As you can see, 30 Odyssey modifiers, which is the Paragon replacement, by the way. And then you could do a bunch of different combinations. Then there's even more combos and more you know, debuffs, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's all the sneaks here. Now one last sneak is a little troll image being Bobby. Bobby being the guy that controls like margins, you know, he creates margins, meaning, you know, he made Vegeta margin if you didn't watch Dragon Ball. So yeah, just I guess it's another sneak, you know. He's probably going to be an enemy. He looks like an enemy index type of image. He's obviously not going to be a summonable unit, I don't think. That'd be a bit goofy. But yeah, it's probably just like an enemy or whatnot. So those are all the sneaks they've given us so far. But with this unit predictions, you're going to know a lot more units that are going to drop now. Okay, let me just switch tabs. Since I yap quite a lot in this video when it comes to the unit predictions, I'm going to break it down into a bunch of different sections. But this section is broken down. So I'll have the unit predictions and then the summary. Now, if you want to know why I picked each unit, you know, how they link, you know, if they're going to get Evo and how they're going to work, whatever, check out the unit prediction section. But if you want just a quick summary of what units could potentially be added into the update, but don't really know why they're going to be added, you know, why I think they might be added and things like that, and how they have potential whatever, then just watch the summary section because it's a lot quicker. Okay, it's up to you, but I highly recommend you watch the predictions if you're a Dragon Ball fan, because it's more fun to watch. Now, what I want people to understand is these are unit predictions. Now, they're not confirmed, but what I can tell you is it's highly likely a decent amount of the units I mentioned are going to be here, because obviously I didn't just base it off nothing. They're not just pure guesses. They're like educated predictions, you know, by looking at what they've dropped. Obviously me having Dragon Ball knowledge, as it's literally the first anime I watched when I was like, I was a little kid, you know what I'm saying? So I know a decent amount of Dragon Ball, you know, I grew up on that. and it was the only anime I knew for a very long time. Okay, so the first thing we'll go over is Boo, because when we looked at Discord, obviously we've seen a bunch of different forms of Boo. So if you wanna have an easier look, let me try and make the image bigger. Will Freezer? Oh wait, no, we don't care about Freezer forms. We care about this. Okay, so got a bigger image. All right, so this is the first form of Boo. Now, did they sneak this form? I don't know if they did or not, but it turns into this, then turns into Fat Boo, turns into Evil Boo, turns into Super Boo, Super Gotenks, or he skips it, turns Super Boo, Piccolo Absorbed, and then he turns into this. If we don't really have to worry about the shape up form, I don't think they'll add this, just because it's kind of useless. They should add these. They might skip this one actually, South Supreme Absorbed, but they'll probably start off with this, turn him into this, and then Evil Kai, Super Boo, and then I wonder if they do Gotenks or not, which we'll speak about later. So pretty much how Boo works is he just kind of transforms across the saga, and then he just starts to absorb people once he gets Super Boo. Now we've seen Super Boo confirm. You literally see him do this pose. So if you see this pose right here, and then we go into this. So yeah, you can see Super Boo now. Super Boo being confirmed is kind of a major thing because it's one of his stronger forms, you know, and it can link off to other units, which we'll speak about in just like a couple minutes. But yeah, the only thing I wonder is how they're gonna make it work, because we've seen Buhan, which is pretty much his strongest and final form in my opinion. I think it's his strongest form, and that's what he fights Vegito in. So I wonder, does he change in game? Because you can see Super Boo and Evil Boo in game. So I wonder, do they switch in game, or like does he keep like leveling up, or is it separate units, or the evos? Like how it's gonna work? That's something I don't know. You guys can make predictions about that in the comment section. Because Boo, I mean, Boo's probably gonna be a secret, or at least Buhan will become a secret. Okay, and then in my opinion, another prediction, bad voice crack, is that Vegito, Super Saiyan Vegito, will be a Vanguard, but not that he'll fuse in game and become a Vanguard. Like it's not like Sonji Evo and he becomes a Vanguard. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be a Vanguard in your inventory only when you fuse them in game, which you'll expand on in a minute. So if I can go back on Opera. Or will he? Okay, yeah. All right. So we've spoken about Boo now. I spoke quite fast, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of unclear on how they'll do it. But you can see a bunch of different forms. Just ignore this. This is fan made, and you can kind of ignore this. I doubt they'll do it just because it's a little bit effort. You know what I'm saying? But keep in mind they can drop a lot of units this update because it's a 5.0 update. They usually drop a lot. The Bleach update they drop 12 units. I'm not saying they'll drop 12. It could be a little bit less, but it's still a lot either way, like even 8, you know, 9, there's still quite a lot of units, okay? So we've got Boo out the way. Now, Super Boo, which we just showed, is confirmed, obviously, to be in the game, fights against this form of Gohan. So I'm hoping for, as a Gohan Glazer, they add Mystic Gohan, because, I mean, it's kind of some reanimated, I don't even know what this is. But you know, Mystic Gohan, you know, cooking the Super Boo is really cool. So, Mystic Gohan might be another unit they add. They've not sneaked him, but it genuinely would make a lot of sense. He would be a very, very good unit, hopefully. Hopefully, I can't say he'll be a good unit, but, you know, it's Mystic Gohan, it's my goal. He was really strong. So, realistically, they should make him a really good unit if they do intend on adding him. Now, to even link further to this, we saw Buhan sneak peek when he was fighting Vegito, and obviously he has to absorb Gohan, right, to become Buhan, which is a very, very strong form, so it should be a strong unit, right? If he actually is a unit, what about if it's just an enemy? Nah, they can't do that. They can't do that. But let's say they do whatever. It doesn't, either way, like, we got Buhan, okay, which, you know, leads further to the fact, well, you're gonna need Gohan in the game for Buhan to be in the game. I mean, or hopefully so. There's a high chance that they add Mystic Gohan, okay? But Buhan is a confirmed unit. I mean, maybe it's an enemy. But they showed different forms of Boo, so maybe they just don't have Buhan. I don't know. But it'd be a big loss, I guess you could say, on a potential unit if they don't add Buhan as a unit. And before Buhan is Piccolo and Boo fusion, so maybe they'll add Piccolo because Piccolo's in the Margin Saga. It's kind of important, I guess, not too important, but a little bit. It's a lower chance Piccolo, and Piccolo x Boo. It's a lower chance compared to someone like Gohan, but it's just something to put out there, you know what I'm saying? They might add, you know, just add to my predictions, I guess. And obviously, we saw Bob earlier who controls the margins. Obviously, if Bobby's enemy, they're gonna have to add Margin Vegeta. Like, Margin Vegeta is one of the predictions I'm gonna say now that is like, like, bro, they're gonna add Margin Vegeta, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to add Margin Vegeta, surely. Like, it's not really a question. Like, they've got to add Margin Vegeta, like, because Margin Vegeta fights Goku, later on they fuse, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't need to, explain too much. It's just Majin Vegeta. And obviously, we've also got Goku Super Saiyan 3. So, also, actually, before I move on to Goku Saiyan 3, with Vegeta, they could make it so they evolve the current one into Majin Vegeta. So, if I go into Roblox, if we switch back to Roblox, right, and we go to Vegeta, they could give this Vegeta Evo into Majin Vegeta, and it would actually kind of make sense. Like, it wouldn't not make sense, so it would actually be fine. Like, so they probably give Vegeta an Evo to become Majin Vegeta. So we move on to Goku Super Saiyan 3. Now it's decently likely they'll also add Goku Super Saiyan 3. So currently we don't even have Goku Super Saiyan in the game. So what I'm wondering is, I mean, they should, in my opinion, just add like a new mythic being Goku, right? Like Goku Super Saiyan, instead of just giving the Red Goku Evo. They might give the Red Goku Evo, but it's not something I want to entertain just because, it's not like a major chance. But Goku Super Saiyan 3 fights Boo, I mean, multiple times throughout the Boo saga. Like, Goku will definitely get a new unit, a new Evo, whatever. And it'll definitely be Super Saiyan 2 at least, because I'm pretty sure Goku and Vegeta Potara fusion. I mean, oh no, I think they do in base form. No, they don't. Look, you can see, Goku isn't in any form, but Vegeta is. So maybe they won't, but realistically, they should just give, Goku Saiyan 3. I mean, in AA, Goku Super Saiyan 3 and Vegeta is Majin Vegeta, and they do Potara, so there's nothing wrong with it. It's not that big of a deal. It's like exactly canon when they fuse, but I mean, yeah, likely they'll add Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, another one. Now, this is with Goten and Gotenks. I can't say the 100% they're going to add this. I feel like this is another one, like the Piccolo one, where it's not low. Like, it's not like they won't add it at all. Like, it's very long shot, but it's not really guaranteed they add it either. So, another one is Gotenks, because I showed you earlier, we got the red one. As you can see, Super Boo Gotenks absorbed. You need Gotenks for Boo to absorb Gotenks, and plus, Gotenks was featured a lot throughout the Boo saga. It was pretty much like that's his saga, Goten and Trunks. They appear a lot more. So you get Goten and Trunks Super Saiyan, then they fuse and they become Gotenks. Not this. I mean, yeah, technically this one, and then they can go up all the way to Super Saiyan 3. Then they actually end up fighting Super Boo. So they could add this as another one, and then slowly get Super Saiyan 2, 3. However they want to do that, I don't know. But once again, another unit that they could potentially add is, they could make him so when they first fuse, he's not Super Saiyan, and then he becomes it. Because they don't have to exactly copy AA with how it works, like it's already SD, but at the same time they could. Like, there's nothing stopping them from doing both, because I think when Vegito originally fuses, he's not SSJ. If I just search up Vegito, yeah, look, yeah, it's not. When they first form, he's not SSJ, right? I'm just trying to double check. Yeah, he's not automatically SSJ. So when they first fuse, I'm saying they become a Vanguard. So two non-Vanguard units, Potara Earring, fuse, become a Vanguard, and then, that's the new Vanguard unit, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think they'll be SSJ straight away. They could be, but I think it'd be more cool if later on with some upgrades, then they transform into Super Saiyan. So, yeah, that's another avenue, or like, just another prediction. Okay, so, yeah, a lot of units. I feel like there's really hype when it comes to units, at least for me, being a Dragon Ball fan. I mean, any Dragon Ball fan should be quite hyped for this update. Yeah, these are the units that I think are most likely to drop in the update that they haven't already sneak peeked. One being Mystic Gohan, kind of a higher likely unit out of the ones I've mentioned. Majin Vegeta, highly likely, very high, and it will probably be a Evo to the current Vegeta that's already in the game as a mythic. He's already been in a sneak peek. Buhan, SSJ3 Goku. Now I don't know if they'll do Evo with the rare Goku, that'd be kind of long, but I think SSJ3 Goku has a very high chance, or at a minimum SSJ2 Goku will be added. So yeah, that's another quick summary, and I think it has a high chance of being added. So I guess in priority would be Majin Vegeta, Goku SJ2 at the top, Mystic Gohan at a level below. Now Gotenks is kind of in the middle. They could add him, they could also not. And if they want to add Gotenks, they'll need to add Goten and Trunks this version, which should also turn into Super Saiyan and then fuse into Gotenks. So yeah, that's another one. Then we've got Piccolo, who has a decent chance. It's kind of in the middle, 50-50. Maybe not 50-50s. It's just a decent chance. Nothing too high, but not too low, just because it's Piccolo, so the GOAT. And he also does get absorbed at some point in the anime by Boo. And he does, fight with the Z fighters. So yeah, decent chance, but nothing insanely crazy. And then obviously we got Vegeta, who's confirmed. but with my prediction being that potentially he could fuse at first and not be Super Saiyan and then transform into being Super Saiyan, and will also what did I say? When they first fuse, they're not Vanguard, but Vegito himself, the fused version, is a Vanguard. But yeah, that's pretty much my guesses in a summary. A summarized version of my guesses is what I meant. But yeah, I'll stop yapping and we can move on with the video. That's the how to prepare for the new update. Now, they're adding a new Odyssey game mode which replaces Paragon, which also means I doubt they're going to add a new event, which also means I think, obviously these are all kind of predictions, guesses, whatever. I mean, they are adding a new Odyssey game mode, right? So it's less likely they're going to add a new event, which means probably they're going to make all the new units banner units. And the new Odyssey game mode should give rerolls and gems since it's an alternative to Paragon, so it kind of makes more sense. And if there's new units in the banner, it means you're going to need a lot of gems, because it's also a 5.0 update, meaning there'll be a lot more units in the update. So if they do decide to make it, you know, a banner update, you're going to need a lot of gems, which the new game mode should help with. That is my prediction, since, you know, Paragon was known for giving a lot of gems in its prime and also rerolls. So hopefully Odyssey will do the same thing, since it's supposed to be a revamped version. Now I'll show you guys exactly where this Odyssey thing is on the map, because I'm pretty sure it's already there. You just obviously, you can't walk into it. So no, it's not here. Where is the Odyssey thing? Wait, let me find it. Just give me a second. Okay, so it's right here, and this should be open when the update drops, and it's supposed to be the Paragon replacement, which means you should get your Paragon done, which I need to do after I drop this video, because I've got Paragon Namek, Sand Village, whatever, and you get these good rewards, so you should definitely do it. But I've not gotten my Shibuya reward, so make sure you get your your Paragon rewards, okay? Now the next thing that's gonna go away this update, which you definitely get, is it's gonna be Gazelle's gonna go away. Now I personally can't bother to get her, but you know, she does buff summon, so I might. I mean, I've got a lot of love polls. I was trying to get live on stream. I'll be streaming when the update drops, so make sure to subscribe, notification. But I've got a decent amount of the rerolls too, so I recommend you get at least the rerolls. You can get Gazelle too. She is a meta unit. She's kind of future proof, I guess, since she buffs summons. But if you have no good summon unit, then you know, I don't know. You don't have to get her, but she'll be limited, so I do recommend it. And then the next thing, you're gonna need a lot of gems, okay? That's just it's gonna be a fact. So maybe, oh yeah, you need to do your battle pass, because the battle pass will probably be reset with a new one. And I'm not gonna lie to you, if you don't get level 50, I mean, you should, because Dave's pretty good. But Lucy is a very meta unit, so at least get to level 25 before the battle pass goes, because she is a very good unit. But yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say. Get a lot of gems, obviously get your rerolls up. I mean, this is not a video on how to get rerolls, it's just how to prepare. I mean, I guess if you want to know, just do things like your boss rush, your raid rerolls, your love shop rerolls, and things like that. I have a whole video on that on my channel on how to get a bunch of rerolls and gems. Just go check that out. But the last thing I want to go over in the video is you're going to need a lot of essence stones, okay? So make sure you're doing your daily gold shop buys, which actually I'm going to do myself first. Oh, I just did that in the air. But make sure you do these so you can get as much essence stones as possible. I need to do this. I need to get a lot of essence stones. So let me just buy all of these. You can get your stat chips too, because there's going to be a lot of units this update, regardless if it's all the units I said or not. There'll still be a lot either way, just because it's a 5.0 update. And then if you go to boss events, you probably want to do your boss rush, just because if you go to the shop, once again, you can get a lot of essence and 40 rerolls from here. So yeah, it'd be a nice way, and you get some gold, which should be useful too. So yeah, those are pretty much some brief ways on how to prepare. There's not too much I can say. It's just going to be the basic stuff that I've already mentioned in my other videos. If you want to go check out my video on how to get a bunch of gems, rerolls, essence stones, gold, whatever, go check that video out. But hopefully you found this very useful. As you can tell, if you can't tell already, I'm very hyped for this update. But if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, like and comment. I'll be uploading a lot of content and streaming quite a lot when the update drops, and even after the update drops. So make sure you stay tuned. But stop yapping. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your predictions. Are you happy with the comments? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.